Hello friends, welcome to krishnastechinfo. In this video we can see about the different types of virtual hosting in Apache web server. So I have installed a minimal version of CentOS 7. In this machine I have already installed the Apache. First we can open the httpd.conf file, and here at last you can see the configuration files that can be loaded into the Apache. So whatever configuration files that you create inside this etc httpd conf.d path, the configuration files inside this directory will be hosted. So we can configure the different types of virtual hosting inside this directory. First I've already inside this conf.d path. So here we can create our configuration files. So here you can see there are three types of virtual hosting: name based virtual hosting, IP based virtual hosting, and port based virtual hosting. So in the name based virtual hosting, we'll be hosting the virtual host using the server name. So you can use the host name to differentiate the sites. So in this you can host multiple sites using the name based. The sites can be hosted in different names using this configuration. So I'm going to create this configuration file, namebased.conf. So I'm going to paste it here. Here you can see the star. Virtual host star means it listen on the interface that is currently available in the system. So it listens to the network adapter that is available in the system. So the sites will be differentiated using the server name. So now we can save this file and exit. For this you need to create the document root for this. So I'm going to create the directories using the mkdir command. Mkdir www. You should use the /var before that. So /var example1. So the directory is created. So inside the configuration file you need to change it as /var. I'm going to create the second document root as well, the example2 directory. So make directory example2. So for this you need to create a test page. So we can just change directory to this new path, this var www example1, and here we can create an index.html page. And in this I'm going to add, this is example1.com. so I'm going to add this entry and save this file and go to the example2 directory, and here I'm going to create an index page with the name example name2.com.org. So I have saved this file. So I need to enter the, so we are not using any DNS here, so we need to add the host entry to the /etc host file. So open this host file and enter the IP address of this machine, 192.168.1.9 space the site names. So first www.examplename1.com and example name2.org. So now we can save this file and exit. So after configuring this we need to reload this Apache configuration. So service httpd reload. Now the service is reloaded. So now we can check the name-based virtual hosting configuration. So give curl and the first site name. So now we can see the output. We have got the content of the example name1.com. So if we use the curl example2. If we give the example name2.org, now I am getting the example name2.org content here. So we have successfully configured the name-based virtual hosting. So next we can see the example of IP-based Apache virtual hosting. So for this, I am going to use the IP address in this. For this, I am going to use the IP address in this virtual host configuration. So here you can see two IP address. So here I am going to use two IP address. So the 1.10 is not created yet. So now we can see how to create a virtual adapter in CentOS. To create a virtual adapter in CentOS, you just need to copy this main interface to :0, and then you need to edit this virtual adapter. Next you need to edit this virtual adapter configuration. So I have added this. You need to modify the name and the device name here to :0, and the IP address should be different here. So after setting this, you can just restart the network interface to apply the changes. So now here you can see the primary IP address, which is 1.9, and now we can see the virtual adapter that is added, which is 1.10. Now we can see the IP based configuration now. So now we can go back to the virtual host configuration. So tc httpd conf.t. Here I am going to create IP based virtual host now. So now we can add this IP based configuration here. So copy this configuration, and here I am going to add the 1.9 virtual host configuration and 1.10 configuration. So we can save this file and exit. So we need to create the directories and add the file. So I'm going to create this document root. Here I need to add the var in front /var www example3 and example4 directory. So I'm going to create using the mkdir command. Here I need to change the document root /var in front. So save this file now, and now we need to go inside this example3 directory and create an index.html. So here I'm going to give this server name and save this file and exit. And inside this example4 directory, I'm going to create a index.html and name it as example2 exampleip2.org. Now the configuration is done. So I'm going to reload the httpd service. Now we need to add the host entry for this. So go to the last and add this two server names. Now save this file and exit. So first I'm going to call this example1.com. First I am going to call this example1.com. So here you can see the output from the example IP1 configuration, and if we give curl exampleip2.org, it should go to the second one, but we are getting the example1.com. So there's a configuration mistake in this. So we can open the, so we have made a mistake here. So for this one IP address 1.10, we need to map this domain. So here I need to add the host entry to 1.10 IP. So 192.168.1.10, and we need to add this host entry here and remove this host entry from 1.9. So now save this file and exit. So now when we give the curl example1 example ip2.org, so when we curl this example ip2.org, we should be getting the ip2.org content. In this way you can configure the IP based virtual hosting. So the last type of virtual hosting is port based virtual hosting. For this we can create a configuration file inside this conf.t. So etc httpd conf.t I port based .conf. So here I am going to add these configurations. So I'm going to use the port 80 and 8080, both ports. So in this I'm going to use this var www domain -80 and var www other domain 8080. So now we can save this file and exit. So now we can create the directories and add a test file. So /var www domain 80. Next we can create the other domain 8080. So two directories are created. Change directory to this domain 80 and we can create an index.html here. Now we can add this content and save this file. We can go to this other domain 8080 and add an index file here and give us, this is domain 8080. Now save this file and exit. So we can reload the Apache service now. Service httpd reload. So in the httpd configuration, you need to add the listen port. So in this listen, you need to add the listen -8080. Now reload the Apache. Now we can add the host entry for this, etc host, and at the end you need to add the server name, which is exampleport.com, and example port 8080.org. So now save this file and exit. So now we can test the port based configuration. You can give curl exampleport.com. So now we can see we are getting the output. This is domain 80, and if we curl the example port 8080.org, for the second example you need to add the :8080 here, so it will be listening on port 8080. So you can get the output. This is domain 8080. In this video we saw how to configure the different types of virtual hosting in Apache web server. So in this official Apache website, you can see the different types of virtual host that can be configured. So I will provide this link in the description. You can see this and configure the different types of virtual host. Thanks for watching this video. Post your comments and suggestions. Please share and subscribe to my channel. Press the bell button to get instant notifications on my videos. You can follow me on this Instagram ID and Facebook page. For any queries, you can reach me on this Skype ID.